Alright, so we had Shingeki no Kyojin this month, well, this week for the month. This would be 69, best chapter, right? Anyway, this chapter was good for a few reasons, but of course I'm not going to really delve into the whole thing because there's a lot, and I think it's really just best to focus on just a few key points as usual. So, most of the chapter was Kenny Ackerman's flashback, uh, and then we got basically his ending, where he basically dies in front of Levi and gives him that Titan thing, and then Historia becoming queen. So those are really the three main points. I guess point number one, um, Kenny Ackerman. Basically, there's this whole stuff with the Rice family rod and everything, and the whole, can't believe there was somebody stronger than me, especially inside the wall or whatever, and stuff like that. And he basically gets involved with all this kind of crap involving Rod Rice until um, his sister gets dies and he becomes real thin. I'm assuming from some kind of disease or something, and basically there's Levi right there, uh, being the nephew of Kenny. So yes, Levi is absolutely an Ackerman, and so is Kenny. This definitely confirms it. I know a lot of people were saying that uh, Levi and Mikasa were not going to be related, and they still might not be, but the name is they have the same name. So I would say it's more likely than not that they're related on some level. We just haven't seen it yet. Um, Perhaps we're saving that for the future, where Mikasa figures it out, or Levi knows and he's gonna tell her or something like. I don't know. But then basically we hit the present where Levi is talking to Kenny because he's basically on his deathbed and basically had everybody else leave so that Levi could just talk to him one on one. And basically, that's where he finds out. He had no idea that he was Kenny's nephew, but now he finds out just by uh, that whole thing. And then he asks him the very important question of why did the king want to get rid of all the humans, the previous king? And he couldn't answer because he didn't know, but simply that's why the Ackermans were fighting against the king. Hence why the king, I believe they said previous to the coup d'etat that the king was trying to get rid of the Ackermans on purpose. Um, and that's why, because they knew that he was trying to do this and they were fighting up against him. So there's that. Um, and he does open up the box to show what's in it, and it's the injection, and basically says he could become a Titan. He elects not to, however, and gives the box to Levi before he dies. So, what can we infer from this? We can infer a lot of possibilities. Could Levi turn himself into a Titan in the future? I don't know. Could he turn somebody else into a Titan in the future? Yeah, that could definitely be likely. There's a lot of possibilities. What's he going to do with it? Could he have it analyzed or, to try to find maybe a cure or some kind of, maybe like a counter virus or something that could, that works on Titans? I don't know. Maybe some kind of. I mean, that's what I would do personally. If I were Levi, I would try to have that analyzed, see if you could make like a poison or something that would be a chemical that would harm like those cells, and so you could use it like as a poison on the sword. So even just a small scratch would infect them and stuff like that. But I don't know how good their technology is. I don't think it's good enough to do that. So I mean, they have the freaking awesome gear So you never know. If the science department's really good, you could probably get it. I mean, I would expect that out of Aaron's dad, but he's kind of dead, so I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Kenny's dead. I'm not really sad, but I mean, it's fine. He was okay, he was interesting, but I don't really feel anything for him, so that's fine. And then lastly, Historia is queen, and nothing much to talk about there. The whole thing, they know that she took down the Titan, because I'm pretty sure she did get that last hit, right? So, um, they were planning on, like, having her be the hero anyway, and then she was like, who would have thought that I would have actually done it? So it was ironic in that regard. And obviously, the last scene, as you know, was her punching Levi with negligible damage because he's Levi. And, just kind of cheery. He's like, thanks, Because, I mean, he's sort of grown like a older brother type of bond with uh, this group. I keep wanting to call him the 501st Legion because I'm a Star Wars fan, but it's like they're just like the Legion that came out of the Academy at that one point in time, but like Konoha 11 or something. I don't know. Wal Maria 11. I don't know. Uh, so yeah, he's kind of like developed like an older brother type of bond with that group, especially Aaron. Uh, so yeah, he's able to laugh with them and you know continue to have their support as he is amazing and does amazing stuff. I don't know. That's the chapter. This was a pretty good chapter. I enjoyed it. Kept my interest all the way through, except the beginning. Beginning was the least interesting part to me, but once it started getting into the whole Kenny and Levi thing, as we started to see his like childhood and some of his stuff, just the stuff between the two of them, plus the present stuff was more interesting than the past. So um, kept my interest until the end, and yeah, it's a good chapter. So we'll see you next month.